We are starting soon. Alrighty, welcome back to the first episode of Album Book Club Season 6. We are checking out Gold Past Life by Fruit Bats, as suggested by Liv, who we have joining us on the couch this week. Alright, boys and girl, how are we ready to hop right into this?
Yep.
Alright, we'll start with our top three. I have A Lingering Love, Gold Past Life, and Cazadera.
My top three were The Bottom of It, Cazadera, and A Lingering Love.
We have Drawn Away, Gold Past Life, and Cazadera.
I have The Bottom of It, Your Dead Grandfather, and A Lingering Love.
I have Gold Past Life, Lingering Love, and Ocean.
Alright, we'll go on to our bottom track. I have Ocean.
I also have Ocean.
Oh, no.
I have Barely Living Room.
I have Ocean.
Well, I had Barely Living Room.
Valid.
That was a close second.
I don't even think it was a close second. I think it was a far second. One was like actually bad, and the other one was just there.
It's funny how we've all picked just the slow songs on the Kinda Slow album.
Yeah. All right, we'll go ahead and get right into track one here, The Bottom of It.
I gave this track an 8.
Oh, should probably hit that button.
I gave this track an 8.
Yeah, this one's a 7.
Give it a 7.5.
An 8.5.
Yeah, I give it a 6. Keep it a buck. I did not realize that the chorus was the chorus until it came back, because they went straight from verse to chorus, no build up, nothing. It just kind of was thrown in there. I didn't love that. And then immediately after that was a guitar solo, and it just was weird framing for a song, and also was not in love with the dude's voice as a singer. That didn't really change my review any. I just didn't like it.
Yeah, his voice was actually a little bit harder for me to get into. You know, I'm a big vocals guy, and I listen to them a lot. And for the front half of this album, I was kind of like against them. And then as I listened more and more, especially as we get to like some of the tracks I like more, like Cazadera, once like that song hit, I was like, oh, wait a minute. Maybe he is good at singing, and I just didn't know it. But I actually had a pretty good time with this first track. I actually liked the vibe that we get here. It's a pretty solid one.
Yeah, I don't know. It goes through the whole album. It's just really, really overproduced. A lot of fake sound. I like the groove. Enjoy the vibe. Space and atmosphere is great. There's just a lot of things that don't belong going on.
Yeah, I do think I liked one of those things. The like weird background reverb guitar that shows up in a lot of other things I listen to, and I don't think it really fits this song, but I liked hearing it, I guess. But yeah, the melody is catchy enough, and it is a vibe. It would go good on like a driving playlist, but that's about where it ends.
Yeah, I said it was a good opening song. I agree. The vibes are good. But it was still just like, okay. That's the best way I guess. I don't really know.
I feel like that's just kind of the general go about for this album. It's like, oh man, it was here. What do I say? Other than just kind of either A, being mean to the song, or B, just pointing out where the very obvious references were pulled from in each track. Alright, speaking of that, we'll go on to track 2, Gold Past Life.
I gave this track a 7 out of 10.
This one got a 7.5 for me.
This one got a 7.
I gave it a 9.5.
Yeah, I gave it a 7. Instantly, it's a wannabe Fleetwood Mac song. Cool, respect it. there is just a weird switch up part of the song. Not exactly sure why it was there, because it was a much better vibe, the Fleetwood Mac style, and then they kind of go into their own thing, and then back to the Mac. And then, I mean, in all reality, the chorus here is the song. It's what makes this song good. And the verses are just very lackluster in comparison. There's not much going on there to fill out the in-between of the good chorus.
Yeah, that's pretty much my whole gripe with the thing. Like, the in-betweens don't really sound good. I don't feel like their transitions are very, like, well done. Not well. I don't want to say not well done. It's just more like their transitions are pretty boring. Like, I want you to, like, actually pull me through to the next part of the song. I want to stay engaged the whole time. But when you have something that's kind of cool sounding, like, I like the Fleetwood Mac vibe that they went off at the beginning. Like, it was very obviously Fleetwood Mac, but I still liked it. Then switching back over into this, and then switching back to the Fleetwood Mac, it just made it lost me. You know, they didn't have interesting enough transitions to actually pull me back into the track. So that's why this one scored a little lower.
Yeah, I like some of the abnormal chord voicings here. Other than that, it's pretty similar to the first track, other than starting. I wrote down America, not Fleetwood Mac. That was a little closer for me, but just very acoustic sounding in the beginning. It is kind of surreal at points, just with the amount of reverb going on. Almost like a liminal space kind of vibe. It's interesting.
I definitely got that. Less on this song, more on a lot of the later tracks, but it is definitely shows up here. This one's catchy. I think it would do really good if this was one of the songs released before the album. I didn't look to see if it was, but this one and like one or two others I had written down as these could have been singles. Probably should have been. There's like a weird, can't tell if it's a guitar or like a stylophone, but it is one of the things done in like the background of this album that kind of doesn't overstay its welcome. It's here just enough that I'm not mad at it. It fits better than the one in the last song too. So another track for the car.
Yeah, so you guys bring up some pretty good points. And I think I rate it so high because I get kind of blinded by like just that kind of sound. So like you guys said, it sounded like Fleetwood Mac. I love Fleetwood Mac. I like the 70s soft rock kind of like vibe and like sound. So I think once I hear that, like I'm just blinded by the rest and I'm like, no, I love this song. This is so good. Like it's just something that I vibe to. It's a sound that I like. So I think that's why I gave it such a high rating.
Heck yeah. I mean, it's not a bad song by any means. It's just really, for how hard they went into the chorus being one sound, for the verses to be almost like completely opposite was just a little jarring. It's a choice to make for sure. I don't get it, but you know, you do you. We'll go ahead and go on to track 3 here, Drawn Away.
I gave Drawn Away a 6.5 out of 10.
7.5 on this one.
6.5.
I gave it a 7.
I give it a 6.5. Look, the vocal cadence itself, timing is not exactly a thing here, and that's fine if everyone else wasn't so hard locked into timing. But I will say this one was like a decently structured song. It felt like more of the progression of a song one would listen to. And the bass guitar was just a touch too loud on this song. It's a little loud on the whole album, but this one was just a little egregious.
No, there was one that happened that made me forget that this one was even a problem.
I'm sure I have it written down later.
I'm sure you do.
This one, do you?
Mine's quick, so I was
Yeah, go
gonna
ahead.
get out of the way. I was just gonna say I liked the vocal layerings in the background, but this one was very close to a thumbs up emoji.
Yeah, I'm kind of right there along with you guys. Like, the vocal cadence was really taking me out of the track, and it's actually like the next track that gets me back into the vocals. Like, that's what made me like go back through, because I actually listened to this album twice today. I felt like I really needed it, especially after like the front half of the album I just hated on the vocals, and then I'm like, well, now I kind of like them. I kind of like how he sounds, but here it's how he uses his voice. I just feel like parts of it are wrong. Which sounds really harsh. Which, I mean, it's not really that. It's not a bad song. It's a good vibe. It's just there are some bits and bobs here and there with his voice where I feel like he could have done it a little bit better, and it would have made the track a lot better.
The only note I really have, this song's written better. It has the better song. I mean, this is probably the best song we've had so far as songwriting goes, but the synths are a little cheesy, but I do appreciate that the guitar solo at the end helps build the momentum. It almost feels like an Eagles track in that way. You get kind of some of the folk rock background and then kind of a little harder guitar solo, and then it just kind of mellows back out. I thought that was pretty cool, pretty good fit for kind of his songwriting style.
Liv?
Oh, did you go?
I went, yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
We don't have to go.
I'll say,
anywhere.
we don't have to go in this order.
Yeah, we just locked in.
I don't really have that much more to add on what you guys already said, but I kind of just felt like this one kind of stays the same throughout. I didn't feel like there was that much going on. I hate to like keep repeating myself, but like it really is just like, I guess close to a thumbs up, but I don't know. It was good, but not the best.
Yeah. That's how I feel about a lot of it. We will move on to track 4, Cazadera.
8.
I keep forgetting that Logan doesn't say it right when he says the song title.
8.
7.
7.
7.
I did that to specifically mess with you, actually. I gave this a 7.
You did it just for the switcher average to go down. That's crazy.
Yeah,
He's
we
a
we
hater.
added a camera. Logan switched up the order.
Single-handedly nuked the whole show, guys. Yeah, this is a kind of fun slow jam. Biggest gripes, I guess. The end of the song, he just repeats saying, "Sometimes a cloud is just a cloud," for far too long. Enough for me to register what he was saying. The mids in the song are just horrendous. And then there's a part in the song where he says the word mind, and instead of stretching out the word mind like that, he goes my mind, and it sounds terrible. It creates like a cadence problem. It's bad.
You know what? Aside from the like smaller cadence issues that we are getting, because they're still there. I mean, throughout the whole album, there are just cadence issues with the vocalist. It is what it is. In this track, I feel like how he actually uses his voice feels a lot better than how it feels a lot better here than it did in some of the other tracks. And I feel like part of that is like this is a little bit slower, you know, it kind of leans more into it. I just feel like this is more his style. Like I feel like if he stuck around here and really honed in some of those rougher cadence parts and like changed where he was putting words and what he was actually saying, I feel like it could like be really, really good.
I don't have any of that. I just have, I like the little hits with the vocals and the pauses in the track. That's good songwriting. There is a lack of drive in the build, so there was an opportunity for there to be some dynamic range for the first time instead of just being the same thing all the way through, and they just didn't do anything, so that was a little disappointing. It doesn't make the song stuck, I mean, at all. It just kind of lays the vibe where it stays, and that's kind of what we get the whole album, so I don't know why I was surprised, but they had an opportunity to do something and didn't do it, so I was kind of bummed.
Yeah, one of your notes is on here. So this song kind of slows down a little bit on an already slow album, which is fine. But with that, it still moves pretty good, which was interesting. I tried really hard to write a note about the like guitar tones on the song, and I think I listened to the song twice trying to find something, and I got nothing. I feel something about these guitar tones, and I don't know what it is.
He feels the way.
I feel something, and I don't know.
It's all the highs missing. It's not just the guitar, it's the whole track.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
For this one, I have it's a good, and you guys might feel different, but I feel like it was a good like bridging song. Like I feel like it works well where it's at in the album, but I feel like this one would have a hard time like standing alone and being like its own song.
This is an elite guest. Our guest just brought up pacing.
Also, I so disagree, but I think it's because the two songs that are surrounded by this one make this look like God's track to Earth.
See, this was one of the other ones I thought could have been a single.
Yeah, it's like,
Really?
So,
This is one that stood out like the least to me, I feel like.
yeah, but you were here for Fleetwood Mac apparently.
Yeah.
Or
I guess so.
America.
Yeah.
I don't want to say I would open the show with this, but there is definitely certain shows I could see him opening with this.
Okay.
Like a little bar show, open with this one.
So it just tells me I don't like Fleetwood Mac. 'Cause this was the one I thought sounded most like Fleetwood Mac.
This is like older Fleetwood, not
Yeah.
not rumors.
Yeah. That would be why.
Not rumors here. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a cheat sheet of all the bands I think it sounds like on the side. I wrote them in the margins on this one.
He showed the camera. Somebody screenshot that.
Screenshot that and zoom in.
It'll be on your quiz later.
Well, don't look too close. I sometimes write things in the notes you don't want to see.
It's all secret lore
It'll all
about
be on
Five
the-
Nights at Freddy's, guys.
It will all be on the album book club Kahoot later. Make sure you study.
Oh, we should do an album book club.
No album book club Quizlet though. Good luck.
Who do we bring in for a Kahoot video about lore of the show?
Zach.
The official lore keeper, yeah, Zach. All right. We're ready to move on to track 5.
Nico Vega.
Beast. Ocean.
I gave it a 5 out of 10.
I got it that time.
This one's a 6.5.
5.
I gave it an 8.
4.
Wow.
Fair.
Look,
Yep.
I can deal with timing issues when it's like few and far between. Now when it's the whole intro, like the first like whole verse out of time, and then randomly there's a piano in there, and it switches up everything. This was just the biggest mesh of when we talk about nothing got said no, or no one was told no. This feels like no one was told no, but it also feels like it very well could have been. Oh, we need one more song for the album. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, this is the other track I was talking about earlier where the bass is completely ridiculous at the end. It turns into like a sub 808 almost.
I
For
was
no
just
reason.
fuming in this song, so I stopped listening.
So yeah, the exact note I have is disgusting distorted bass booms with delayed junk. Why is this here?
Why is it here? It shouldn't exist.
Tame Impala.
Well, it's not
Carl
even.
said it best.
It's not even that because it like resonated my skull when it happened. I was listening to this like. This song has like a Jimmy Buffett or James Taylor vibe. It has this really laid back acoustic vibe, and
This guy was front row at Jimmy Buffett's last concert. That's what it was.
oh no, I'm a diehard Parrot head. There's some lore. No, but like
That will be on the quiz.
yeah, it just
Carl
doesn't.
is a blank head.
It doesn't. Ooh, easy
I
there.
can't wait to write this quiz now.
What does iambic pentameter mean?
It means nothing that I think it does. All right. So yeah, that's
Shakespeare said that, I'm pretty sure.
yeah. Shakespeare used iambic pentameter, but it's
Yeah, I
nothing
said
about
that.
rap.
Yeah.
It's fine. That's it. That's all I have though. Is that I didn't like the booms in the middle, and it would have been better without it.
I hate the booms. I hate. I don't like his voice in this one again. Like I immediately went back to hating it because he stretches so far at points in this one, and like, it just doesn't sound good. He sounds so strained at certain points, and then he's completely out of time. That's like a big thing you can't mess up.
This is also the song where I realized that they've used the exact same shaker loop on every track and will continue to use it on every single track.
It's there the whole time.
It doesn't ever go away, and it made me very mad when I realized that. This is also the most background song ever made.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm feeling like the odd one out over here.
Carl kind of liked it.
No, I liked the track other than the booms in the middle.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
No 5 big booms for this guy.
There were actually 4 big booms, and they were completely out of place on the song.
Oh, shoot.
They were
That is-
completely out of time. They were on all the upbeats. They were very syncopated.
You heard it here first. It's not as good as the double chocolate chunk cookie at Costco. That got 5 big booms.
For real.
I think maybe it's because it sounds like Jimmy Buffett. I love some Jimmy Buffett. Maybe that's why I like it. But I thought I was vibing the whole time I was listening to this one. So I don't know. Maybe I have a feeling I'm going to be the odd one out on a lot of these.
It's really funny. When I wrote these notes, I wrote these yesterday, and then today I listened again, and when I got to this song, I was like, I need to add to my notes, I have beef with this song because of this shaker. And then I go and read it, and the first note, word for word, is I think I might have some beef with this shaker.
My first note is I love the maraca sounding thing.
It's been there the whole time.
I just realized it in this one.
Yeah, I think I woke up feeling like a demon. You see, I started this with AirPods and decided, no, this sounds way too fine, which means there's a problem. So I grabbed my monitors and proceeded to do the review in monitors. And have decided I'm doing every review this season in monitors.
Oh, we got hard mode for Logan over there.
Yup. He's back. And I don't
Suggest
feel
your albums if you dare.
Yes. All right. We'll go on to track 6 here, Your Dead Grandfather.
Oh, there is one in between. Oops. I thought we were on a Lingering Love. Sorry. I gave this one a 6.
Did you say a number just then?
It sounded like you did it. It sounded like you just went, I gave this one a...
Say one more time for posterity.
6.
That's not the right word either. All right. Yeah, I give it a
summoned
6.
Satan, too.
I give this one a 7.
Gave it a 6.
In the war for 6-7, I gave it a 6. There's some real content for you.
How on earth do I have the highest score on this track?
Look, it had some good motion. I am not one to deny that. The motion was a flowing until it wasn't. It got real jarring.
Oh, for like the whole vibe switch with the reverb guitars? Okay.
Yeah.
So I think I like that part specifically, like in other things, and that's why I like this one more. I don't think it fits. It fits this one better than when it happened earlier, but
So-
not by much.
A synth that is making like bubble machine-esque sounds, and that makes me mildly angry.
I liked that one too. It's crazy. Everything you've said is in my notes as a positive.
Yeah.
Different strokes,
This one's
folks.
this one's just interesting, boys. I didn't like a whole lot of the decisions that they made. I hated the synth bubble sounds. I don't think it sounds good. It's got a like kind of nice groove to it. Like it kind of drives you along, and then this like guitar break in the middle just felt weird. Like it felt super out of place for me. I was like, where did I go? What happened in this track? What is this track supposed to be? And what is it doing for me?
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. This song got 6 points purely because it sped up. I didn't like the slide guitar. I didn't like any of the synths, any of the claps, any of the things. I was just happy it got fast.
Also, now that I've reread the note, I didn't like the plucky bubble synth on this song. I liked them just in general.
It makes sense. It's not a
Also,
terrible
the
sound.
first 4 beats, they're the first, I bet 8 beats is just Listomania by Phoenix. Like, beat for beat, it's that. Every time, it's played 3 times in the last 2 days, and I've thought it's that song every time.
This is one I don't really have a lot to say about. I was kind of bored a little bit in it, but that's about it. And I got this for another one, so don't worry.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
is this your thumbs up?
No,
or
no,
do
no,
you-
that's
or
coming.
Do you have one?
I do have one.
That's how rough it got on this one. The thumbs up was saved.
It's always rough when on the 3rd track, I'm like, all right, we can't use it yet. We're going to need this later.
I was trying to save it for album overall, but I realized that was a jerk move.
I feel like the last time I almost had it that early would have been like Janet Jackson. And it was mostly because it's like, it's bound to get better in the second half, right?
An hour and a half later.
The second 25 songs.
Yeah, after I finished the first tape of Titanic and that album.
Oh yeah, good news. All of these songs have been short so far.
Yeah, that is the pro. I will say, pacing on this album did do pretty well. It's just everything else didn't. All right. Speaking of doing well, we'll go to track 7, A Lingering Love.
Natalie Shea reference?
Gave this one a 7.5.
You give this one a 6.5.
I gave this one a 7.
I gave it a 9.
Gave it a 7.5. Off the bat, the strumming pattern was Kiss Me by Sixpence None the Richer. Clocked that one. But that's a great song, and strumming pattern is the least copyrightable thing. Steal everyone's strumming pattern. I don't care. That's what we call foreshadowing, people. This one, it just had good movement to it. Biggest complaint is that, like, in the chorus, the after it says like a lingering love, it'll say in this place or whatever, and it really just does not need to be there. It makes that part sound cheesy, mostly because it's kind of, you would have implied words there, or just let the crowd fill it in. I just kind of like the bop 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 from Sweet Caroline or something like that. Just don't actually sing it. Let it be something that's the crowd does. Other than that, there's just the usual generic complaints with this song. Some of the cadence and timing's a little off. The mids are kind of bad. The bass is kind of loud.
But those usual complaints are just a little bit better in this track, and that's why I got a higher score for me. Like, we're back to formula, right? Like, the last two tracks felt really boring, and I think that's kind of what boosted this one's scores just a little bit. Like, it was in a really dead spot in the album, and it kind of helps breathe new life into you while you're listening. Like, I feel like this one's, like, really essential right here just as a little pick-me-up. Like, the last two tracks were, like, dog boring. So
It's funny that you say that, because it's not in the same context, but I do have word for word Back to Formula written on the last track.
yeah, fair enough there too.
It's not for that, but this song, the vocal melody sounded a lot like either the first or the second track for like most of it. After that, it was fine. This would be another good one to drive to. I really wish the drums were less compressed than they are. It's super processed, and I did not care for it.
You all missed it. This is the token disco song on the 70s country album. 100%. That's all it is. The backbeat feels good, though, and there's a floaty free time section.
I like this one a lot. It makes me really happy. I do drive to it a lot. This is also the one that made me like look more into like the album and kind of recommend it. This song and A Gold Past Life was like the two songs that I have on my playlist already that I super liked. So yeah, this just gets a good score for me because it's what got me interested in it.
I also forgot this is the third track that I thought could have been a single.
Yeah, I think
I agree with that.
the three tracks that you have said should be singles are the only three that should be singles.
Yeah. I looked at it like while we were sitting here, and I did not see anything from this album as singles. Like, it doesn't show that far back. So I don't know. Maybe it didn't. Maybe it did. I can't prove it without doing more research than I'm willing to do right now.
Well, all right. We'll move on to track 8 here, Barely Living Room.
Oh yeah,
Thank you for waiting.
6.5.
This one got a 5.
6.5.
I gave it a 5.
6.
Yeah, this was like pretty boring. We're right back to it, and that sucks. And I feel like, you know what? I can actually drop it down to a 6. It can lose its half point here. I was feeling generous because of the last song, but that generosity has worn off. No, it's just boring. We've kind of it kind of does nothing, goes nowhere. Like there's no cool like build up or anything inside of it, and there was just nothing that I could really latch on to in the track. So, yeah, it just went.
Yeah, I have an interesting one that this one actually kind of it like what's the right word? Like hit a funny bone on me because there's this really fake string section going on behind an obviously real piano that is slightly too lo-fi, and then you get like super over-processed vocals over top, and it's three things from completely different songs that don't even remotely belong together, and it's just a really weird experience. It's just weird. The other thing is, if you're going to lean into the John Lennon vocals, don't put a Mellotron in the song and make it super obvious that it's a John Lennon reference by literally doing the Beatles thing. Or don't put a Mellotron flute sound in. You know, you can like do a nod without being like, haha, get it. You know, that it just felt like that when the Mellotron came in later.
I'm impressed. We didn't all just say it. We hated the slow songs. We kind of did though, because our lower songs were definitely the slow down ones. I expected it to slow down towards the end, but this was way too slow for still being 3 songs left. This one will not be going on the driving playlist, in fear that I might drive off a bridge.
This one goes on the Go Into Sleep playlist.
This one goes on the drive off a bridge playlist.
I need you to share that. I got something to do this week.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, so
It's all mariachi music in this.
so what we already said, the vibe change was crazy. I was just so happy with Lingering Love and living my best life, and now I'm super sad again, and there's not a lot going on, and yeah.
It's like you
that's
don't want to
exactly
be
what
here
happened.
anymore.
So yeah.
I don't know what kind of problem it is when the first couple notes of a song, I'm like, I could definitely drive off a bridge to this. I would crash my car to this song.
I would crash my car to the song. It's wild.
Diabolical statement. All right, we ready to move on?
I'm trying to think of what songs I've crashed cars to. I don't know if the radio was on.
I think Psycho Killer was in the last car I was in a wreck.
Oh my god.
That's a pretty good song to crash a car to. I think one of them was probably Jason Mraz, which is also a great, great car crash song. A little bit of I'm Yours directly through a fence line.
Imagine totaling your car to Temperature by Sean Paul.
I wouldn't even be mad.
I'd be like dancing the second I got out of the car. Like I'm upside down. I just kick open the door.
Hit a little,
Hit a little jiggy.
jig. Yeah, I almost said Diddy there.
All I remember, the radio didn't survive, so there wasn't anything playing afterwards, which is upsetting. But
Connor was listening to lo-fi beats and then silence. It's like, my deaf.
it's actually that last song, but it stopped when when the hood hit the driveway.
All right, we'll go on to track 9 here. Mandy from Mohawk.
6.5.
6.
6.5.
7.5 and
Oh, if we're doing this again, I have
I'll join
Yep.
in.
okay, perfect.
You get a 0. Shame on you. All right.
crazy word.
I clocked it pretty quick that it was Won't Back Down by Tom Petty. It really, really, really dove into it deep into the song, though, because everyone knows how that song goes. It goes kind of like... They literally do the same run. As I was singing the song over it before, I was like, yeah, I think I may be wrong. No. Don't be so on the nose. You can use the same progression. That's all cool. They did it for about 2.5 minutes and then changed up the song to something that was different but the same, and that's still not my thing.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I don't have any real notes. Just there was an interesting drum beat into the chorus.
You could have joined the Thumbs Up Brigade.
Nah. I've only done a
He's
thumbs
not
up
a
like
conformist.
no, I've only
Still
done
saving it.
I've only done a thumbs up like once ever, and it felt really wrong.
Okay.
Well, if you do it the right way, I think OBS puts a.
Yeah, we did the fireworks thing that one time.
I haven't seen that
remember.
happen in a while.
Yeah, it was
so-
like a dual thumbs up that caused it, but I think you had to have like weirdly shaped thumbs.
I'll see if I can turn that back on.
Yeah,
that was fun.
I liked that. That was fun as heck. All right, we'll go on to track 10 here. Dream Would Breathe.
6.
6.5.
6.5.
7.5.
6. Look, it's a vibe. It's real like ethereal, and not much is going on, and the cadence is just buns, man. It's bad. It's not it. Not the move.
Logan's stealing all my vocal notes. This sucks.
Look, there wasn't. Oh yeah, the studio trained musicians that are playing exactly what they were given. They're nailing it.
Oh no, the computer. You know.
No, it's real dudes.
Some of
paid.
them are. Some of those noises are not real.
Oh,
But,
not all of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say the core band is real. The synth parts
Yeah.
are not.
but no, I mean I feel like the end of this album just like fell flat on its face for me. Like, your vocal cadence was better earlier in the album. What happened? Did you like record this all in one run and you were really tired at the end? Like, I don't.
No man, it felt like when you like see that guy at Walmart who's trying to carry like 6 cases of soda out to his car by like all of his fingers, and you're waiting for it to happen, watching for the disaster where all the cans roll downhill, and you know it's inevitable. That's exactly what this album felt like at the end.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yup. I think I gave up writing notes on this track. I have one, and then nothing after. I have one note about the transition, which there's no way was intentional, but kind of almost worked. And then I think I was just bored for these last 2 tracks because I completely forgot to write anything else
Dog.
down.
Nobody blames you.
I should have pulled a Majestica and did a bottom 3.
I don't even know if I could have. It's like
Oh, I so could have, but it's all the tracks that just nothing happens.
it's not even like bottom
There's like
three.
4
it's
of them
just
though.
The plateaued 8.
Plateaued 8.
I mean, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. There's a 1-point spread on
Yeah.
10 of the 11 songs here.
Yep.
I had to like widen my spread. I was like, let's buff up some of these numbers.
I actually shrank my spread. I brought my top down because of how low the low was.
Just for the bit, I'm giving the last song a 1.
It's valid.
Just
I
to
wouldn't
spread out
blame
some
you.
numbers.
Yeah, we'll just give it an outlier. No, this one, there was a strange transition here that happened really quickly, and that was gross. And then I wrote, the electric guitars are cool. Please turn them up or actually carve them out of the mix and let me hear them. Because there were 2 really cool guitar parts going on most of the song, and they're just not.
Oh, there were?
Yeah, see, exactly. And they're actually really nice, like Logan's favorite thing, counter melodies. And they're going and they're cool. And I was like, oh wow, those are neat. And turned up and I was like, oh, they actually are there. It would have been cool to hear them. I don't think it would have fixed the song, but it would have helped.
It needs a lot more help.
Yeah, like a new song.
Yeah, for real.
I will say this too. I think all of these songs are fine if you are listening to like one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is purely burnout at the end of this album of hearing the same track 11 times.
Yeah, there are certain ones I think are infinitely better for that come and go. But to be frank, yeah, if I was given, Manny from Mohawk in passing, I'm just gonna be like, whatever.
Yeah, that's like a 7.
Whoa, that's a little high. That's a 6 background track.
That's true.
I don't think I turn any of these songs off if they pop up, except maybe Ocean, but I'm never going to turn them on.
I did
We're
want to
getting
skip Ocean.
We're getting like
Dang, you
6 rounds of this ahead of ourselves.
Well, the whole issue I had with Ocean were like the vocal strain parts, like because when you hear that, especially when after I had already gotten into the vocalist, because I was like, okay, he just has a bit of a niche sound, kind of got to tune your ears to it. And after I did that, I was like, why are you still straining your voice, bro? Like you don't have to do this. Change the notes.
We have
That's
to
fair.
we have to completely break up and discuss pacing before getting to the pacing score. That's what we do every episode.
That's what, yeah.
No,
We made
No,
it
we
about
had-
40 minutes longer than I thought we would.
we had some like overall notes popping out of that last discussion. It's way ahead of us.
All right. Before I get way too ahead of us, we'll get to the last track here.
Uh-oh.
2 Babies in Michigan.
Like another 6.
I give this one a 7.
I also give this one a 7.
Yeah, these last 3 are all the same. 7.5.
I gave this a 5. Literally nothing happens in this song. This is the most background track I've ever heard in my life. Now, if this was on, just on my like stereo while I'm, picking up or something, it's not gonna bother me in any way. But the fact that I had to sit here and listen to this, looking to pick notes, was almost miserable. I did get mad at the fact that there was a like slide guitar thrown in yet again for the folk tag. Just call yourself like indie soft rock or something and move on.
This one could be a little bit of a victim of our format, but I also feel like it was just a little bit of a victim of the artist. This one feels so boring, especially with some of the other tracks around it, and like, it's the end. It's the ending. Do something cool. Like, make this album stick with me. Like, it's the last note that you're gonna leave. And the last note you leave me with is boredom. Why am I ever going to want to turn this on again?
Wow. Sorry, my note says really synthetic synths. I just don't know if I'm an idiot or what, but that's what I have. And then I put nice build. That's how I got to a 7. I don't know.
It's crazy. You had more than me. I had pretty alright ending. And the rest of it, everyone else has already said. At this point, I was bored of the sound. I knew I wasn't getting anything new. It's just another track that was here.
Yeah, my only note is it's pretty alright. I'm gonna be honest, if I could give the last 3 songs just a thumbs up, I would, because I really just don't have much to say about them. There was nothing that really like grabbed my attention.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
there's like no hook. There's no
Mhm.
nothing like super interesting going on in the background that pulls you in. It's just it kind of falls like super flat on its face after you listen to like 3 tracks. Once you get to that 4th, it's like okay, things are beginning to get a tiny bit rough. Now that we're on what 11, the sound has just gotten stale.
Yeah. All right. We'll go ahead and move on to pacing.
I'm actually gonna give the pacing score an 8 out of 10.
4.
7.25.
Gave it a 7.
I've got it at 7.5.
So I can explain my score. I don't think everything sounding the same constitutes good pacing. And that was the only way it had good pacing. None of the actual transitions from song to song are any good. There's no energy from song to song. There's no overarching story. None of the things I qualify pacing on, other than the album sounded universally bad.
This is a concept album.
Is it really?
What?
Yes.
Huh? What's the concept? Being
I don't
bad?
know. I was reading about it,
Crazy work.
and then I stopped reading it because I was like, okay, proof is in the pudding,
Hey,
man.
even the concept's boring.
the
It's not his
actual
fault.
lyrics are so buried that you can't particularly get it. But I think that's what led to me giving it a higher pacing score. Is like, okay, I know this was teed up as a concept album, and then that's the general reason why everything sounds the same in my brain. So I usually would be a negative, but on concepts we kind of make the exception.
Yeah. The reason I gave it an 8, like that's a pretty high score. I can kind of excuse the whole everything kind of sounds the same thing. But really for me, I think it's because of how short it is, I feel like it's a lot less egregious. And because it's so short, sweet, wrapped up in a little bow in little like 40 minutes time, I could see myself realistically turning this on to like clean my kitchen.
Also, I'm
Or
stupid. The
vacuum my
concept is
floors.
just the old life and how good it used to be. Gold past life. Mandy from Mohawk, 2 babies in Michigan,
Oh,
barely
so the
a
concept-
living room.
The concept is boring.
No, the concept is depression. So
Yeah,
we
it's-
all caught it.
It's just depressing.
Yeah. Right. But no, I feel like it does a decent amount in a short, sweet little trip.
Carson took my main note. If this was 1 more minute longer and I saw 40 at the bottom, I think it would drop 3 points. I think there's the slowdown songs are in the wrong place. The ending is, I think if I said horrendously boring, that would be way too mean for.
You can
how
just
much-
say it. The
No, I
ending's
don't-
dog shit.
I don't care enough to call it horrendously boring, but it was a boring ending. The slow songs are in the wrong place, but it's short, so you can get through it pretty quick, and it's fine.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I think like all of the short song or the slow songs were kind of placed sometimes in a weird area. Like we mentioned it before, like with the lingering love, like, oh my gosh, I feel so happy now, and then it's like immediately depressing. I don't know. It was just okay.
Yeah, it's track 4 and 8. That's kind of insane.
I don't know. I think, yeah, the time, the track length, it all kind of lends to it. 11 songs, 39 minutes.
I'd give
kinda
it-
hard
I would
to
give
mess
it a
that
10
up.
If it was in 11 minutes.
Yeah, if this was 11 tracks in 11 minutes, no, I think I'd give you a 0.
Yeah, that's too short.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to mess that up. Yeah, it got boring, but also I know that this is not my jam. Like, for certain, this is not my jam. So I'm sure someone out there thinks this is a perfectly paced album. I'm sure maybe even the artist. I highly doubt that, as I know most artists look at their product after it's out and they're like, that's dumpster fire, set it on fire.
There's an interesting point because I think this is in my jam, and I still don't like this album.
Mm-hmm.
I 100%, when I looked up this artist, I looked up everyone they've toured with and done all this stuff, and I was like, oh, I need to listen to the other stuff, just not tonight, because everyone they've ever played with is a band that I like. I recognized all the names, I recognized all this stuff, and I just think this is a product of coming out of retirement to create something with a new record label, and Just kind of guessing.
Yeah, that's probably exactly it. All right, we'll go ahead and go on to album art.
I'm gonna give it a 6.
I don't even have a number there. We'll go with Carson. Carson's usually right. It's a 6.
Give it 7.5.
6.5.
Gave it a 7. Look, I like the little deer dude. He's just chilling
Hold
there,
on,
man.
hold on. I do have a counter argument to liking the little deer guy. Love the actual like album art of this album if it were for like a beach album or
Kinda
like a surf rock album, something that's not depressing music. Like this is like pretty low music, and I'm looking at a cute little deer on a beach.
Maybe the deer went to the beach to die.
Yeah, like I'm totally thinking that when I look at a cute little deer on a beach. No, I'm thinking about, dang, look at that cute little deer on a beach. This is a good time. This album is going to be a good time. Then I put it on and I'm sad.
Hold on, this is the only thing I care about. Does it say the album name and the band name on the album art?
Yes,
Yes.
it does.
No, I'll make it a 7 then.
In like fancy like 80s text.
Okay.
Yeah, the only sucky part is it needs like the white line filler because it's just like really one color solid blocked or not blocked,
Here, I'll
like
show
that
you real
weird
quick.
font lettering.
I looked at it. I just don't remember. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's not bad. Neat.
Yeah, the name's a little hard to make out, but other than that, it's like really solid like actual album art wise.
Mhm.
I just don't like the music that goes along with the album art.
I think mostly because it fits with the vibe of the title track, like the most. I was able to kind of see past it, and also, it doesn't not fit exactly what you kind of hear until the end. Really, once you get to those weird super ethereal tracks, it's like, "Ugh." But everything up until that point, is pretty realistic. If I were to blind buy it, I'd be like, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't think. Maybe when I got to side 2, but I don't think I'd realize it until I like started listening to the lyrics that it didn't fit.
Mm-hmm.
So I think 7 point whatever I said.
2.5.
I don't remember. Something like that.
Or
Give it
5.
7.25.
Yeah, I like Carson's way of thinking about it. Like I didn't think about it like that, but it is kind of a depressing little, album sometimes. So when you look at the deer and like the bright colors, like you would expect like the whole album to be like super happy and like you're kind of vibing the whole time.
I
and not
don't.
being depressed.
I
You
would
guys are
say
looking at the
super
wrong
happy.
thing. Look at how unsaturated that photo is. It does not look like a happy setting.
It just
I
makes
thought
it
it was,
look
like,
old.
I said it's bright, but it's muted at the same time.
Okay, let me see it again.
I felt like the whole
Yeah,
vibe was
you're
just like
right.
it's an older photo and like
That's what it looks like. Is just someone who got an old photo from their past and used it, but also with the concept of it being about the golden past life. It fits. Now, did that concept come across well? But
I do think I figured out that I will judge. I will give an album art the best possible chance and change my thinking to give it a better score. Is what I realized during this one.
it's fair.
Because half the time I do think of it the way Carson did, but this week for some reason I didn't.
All right. That takes us to our album overall. Carson?
I'm gonna give it a 7 overall.
Yeah, Carson's right. It's a 7.
I'll give it a 6.5 overall.
I also gave it a 7.
Yeah, I gave it a 5. I'll be completely honest. I don't know that most of this is something that is worth showing to anybody, which is where my biggest problem with it comes. Now, individually, I think all of the songs are quite fine. They're quite solid. But as a full cohesive project, I think it drags on its own like coattails a little. It's not something I would ever probably recommend to 90% of people. I don't think that the whole album would be a lot of people's jams. Now, would I suggest, like Lingering Love or Gold Past Life or, Casadera? Yes, those are good tracks. But I really think you take, 2 more, chop off the rest. You got a pretty solid EP here. You got a pretty rough album.
I feel like we always say they have a pretty solid EP.
Feedback everyone wants to hear.
Oh yeah.
5 of your tracks were great.
Okay, but only great albums are good the whole way through. A lot of albums that have good tracks on them are pretty meh as an album.
It's true. Just like this one. I'm completely in agreement with you, Logan. Like those few tracks are really good for throwing on a playlist or maybe throwing to somebody else. I feel like listening to the entire album all at one time is almost a never going to do this scenario. Am I going to throw a few of these on a playlist? For sure. Am I going to sit down and actively go, oh yeah, I want to put on my headphones and listen to this album? No. I'm going to throw it on a speaker and I'm going to do something. If I listen to the whole album again, and if I'm like throwing something on a speaker to do something anyway, why not just throw on one of my playlists and have the songs in a playlist setting? I feel like that's just what this is. Like it just works better for playlists, and as a whole project, it kind of falls flat. But overall, it's decent. So 7.
Thank you, OBS, for being probably half an hour late on telling us there's comments.
I don't know. This is a funny one. I think this is going to end up being a slow burn band. I don't think I'm going to go back to listen to this album because I don't think there's a single standout track on here. But it's one of those things. Like I think I will probably like this band if I start listening to some of the other stuff and get into the lore. A really funny one for me is Radiohead, because I always talk about how you hate Radiohead until you start listening to Radiohead, and then all songs become your favorite Radiohead song. I don't think that exact thing's going to happen here, but I think I'm going to end up liking some of the music they've put out over the years. I just think this was a case of the album book clubs, and we got their worst album. Or
This very well could be a case of the album book club.
I think it's real funny about Radiohead because Carl's been trying to get me on Radiohead for so long, but in that time, he accidentally got me on Jack White.
hey man, it happens.
Radiohead is pretty good.
So the thing you said about Radiohead, I did not have that problem.
I was a Starcader of Radiohead. I will not deny that. But now I can tolerate Radiohead. I get Radiohead. It's not my favorite music, but I understand
So
it now,
he's
so
on the
I'm not a
path.
hater.
He's on the path.
I don't think I'll ever quite get there, but I will acknowledge good music, not for me, instead of being like, Radiohead sucks.
Yeah, I just don't think it's music for like musicians. I think that's probably the best way to think about Radiohead. And it's not that none of them are good musicians, it's that they don't show off.
Yeah.
Or if they do, they don't do it in the same ways. You know, I think it's hard to be like someone who grew up a Rush fan and immediately accept Radiohead. But
All right, well, we listen to next week.
Oh, yeah. Get the buttons right. Did you do overall?
Oh, I mean, I
Oh, my
can,
bad.
but no, you're good. Like, you guys basically said kind of what I would have already said. So, like, I like the 2, maybe 3 songs off of the album. I already mentioned that I kind of liked where they drew some of their inspiration from, like, 70s soft rock. Like, I like that sound. But I think they played it really safe and didn't really, like, make it their own. They didn't do anything, like, different with it. They just kind of kept it the same sound as that and, like, not really changed it up at all. So, yeah.
All right. Next week, we'll be listening to Lionheart by Vestron Vulture. This was suggested by somebody. I don't remember when. Like a while ago. We still got a couple left in the...
We still appreciate you.
Yeah.
You know, we may not remember your name, but thank you for being there.
Yeah, I know we say we read every comments, but like 6 months later, we don't exactly remember the username of everybody. We still got a couple left in the backlog from that video, but a new video asking for more songs, EPs, and albums is about to go out like next week, so...
So get your suggestions ready to give to us to review.
You could also put them on this video.
Yeah.
See, I'm preparing for the video that's going to come out next week.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us this week, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye now.